Now, the Electoral Court has ruled against the NFP in its appeal against its disqualification to participate in the upcoming local government elections. The NFP was disqualified from contesting the upcoming local government elections after the party failed to pay the 490,000 rand deposit fee to the IEC by the deadline. NFP-NEC member Ahmed Shaik-Emam says they are consulting their lawyers about possibly approaching the Constitutional Court. NFP leaders have cited their leader's poor health as one of the reasons for the party's misfortunes, following the Electoral Court's ruled against the NFP in its appeal against its disqualification to participate in the upcoming local government elections. The SABC caught up with two of them and began by asking who should take the blame for the party not being able to contest the upcoming local government elections.
The NFP has the national treasurer who has a responsibility, who was given by IEC, because there's a new system in the IEC that they're using. There were other options, and we opted for a PIN system, and the PIN was given to one individual to use, to utilize for downloading and all the information that was supposed to go. The NEC relied on him to do his job.
Yes, indeed, the responsibility lied with the treasurer. And it is for that reason, and because of the outcry on the ground, and we believe that this was in fact the error, I think it calls for disciplinary action, and it is for that reason that we have now taken the necessary process forward. But indeed, monies were available, monies were in the account, and it was just an error in not having ensured that monies were paid over to the IEC timeously.
Is the treasurer the only person who's going to take the fall for this? What about the rest of you as the leadership of the party? Didn't you have a responsibility to ensure that all the critical dates, all the critical milestones you need to reach are in fact reached?
Yes, I must agree with you there. I think the CEO of the party and the Secretary General, Professor Kubisa, who's responsible for administration, should have ensured that we have met this deadline, that we have paid timely. And it is for that reason that a disciplinary process is in place. And, I don't want to preempt what the outcome of that is going to be. But, however, I must admit that action will be taken against those. It's a pity that it is coming at this hour, the 11th hour, now that the IEC has also ruled against us. But we cannot deny the fact that gross negligence on the part of those responsible at the leadership level in terms of administration was the cause of the disqualification by the IEC of the National Freedom Party.
Well, Professor Kubisa resigned and then withdrew his resignation. What went on there, or what's going on?
Well, yes, he did resign. He withdrew the resignation. He resigned again. He withdrew again. But it's a matter that the National Executive Committee is going to be dealing with, and in due course.
People are angry on the ground, I must say, me included, because we have to answer to them that you've made us this promise of a greener pastures, and here it is. We don't see it now because of just a simple blunder that happened. Somebody should have taken that effort and checked the necessary papers. We had an NWC that said on the 31st, and we were told all is well. At the moment, our president, we know she's taken ill, and unfortunately, some of our members are taking advantage of that and using her name to forward their own agendas.
I must agree with my colleague that on the 31st, of May, announcements were made that these monies were indeed paid. So, that is why I say this matter needs to be interrogated, and those things will, we will find out when the disciplinary process starts.
So clearly someone lied then. I mean, if someone said monies were paid when in fact they were not paid, then someone lied. Isn't it that
clearly
simple?
that is the case? Yes, clearly that is the case, and that is why we are saying let's allow the disciplinary process. Let us, we don't want to prejudice the investigation that is taking place presently. Let us allow the process to continue. Let's identify the challenge, what actually went wrong, who was responsible for it, why was it not done. Coming back to the other question with regard, yes, there are squabbles, and I must agree again with Makol, there are challenges on the ground, and yes, this is the time also where you would find opportunism and things, and I think we must rise above it. We must put the people before everything else. And I think that is why as a collective we need to sit down, we need to unite. We have a problem. We cannot run away from the fact that we have now been disqualified. Yes, we are looking at present as I speak to you, our members' leadership are with our legal representatives at this point in time, and we are looking at what the options are.
And you are convinced that this is not the beginning of the end, this is not the unraveling of your party?
Definitely not. It is definitely, as long as we're still standing. Hence we are saying to our national chairperson, yes, we understand he's resigned. We haven't had the opportunity to meet with him. I don't know his reasons. But we are saying, people from the ground, we are saying we're not going to accept his resignation because we still need him. If we are saying today, we are sitting and we are approaching the Constitutional Court, who is the applicant on the papers that's filing? Are we saying, are we starting the process over? Is that thinking for the people on the ground? Definitely not. Definitely not. We not think, if we are saying he must resign, we accept his resignation, and then we're saying, we might as well say we must roll the papers and it's over about the NFP. But yet, here we are. We are saying it's not yet over. Hence, we are saying the national person need to reverse his decision to resign and lead the process forward to the Constitutional Court.
Natal